Hey guys, it's Bernie here. Another Tuesday, another Vault video. This is War Within Season 1, Week 18. I do apologize, we did skip last week because I was mostly out of town all week, and there also wasn't any content. I didn't raid, so I had 0 Vault slots. I think all we did was Delves, so it was a bunch of tokens were taken, and I think mostly gold was had, so... We do have a full row this week. It's going to be mostly Delves, but there's some mix and match of raid and some dungeon stuff, so we'll go ahead and get started. Now, while we were not doing anything last week, we did some Delve achievements. So we have the 500 Delve achievement, which we completed 2 days ago, I think, and got the title Delver. Which, okay, sure, whatever. There is a 1,000 Delve achievement. I may or may not work on it, depending on how bored I get. Because, the next, 3 weeks or so until the patch comes out, there's not going to be a whole lot to do. We also got the Copious Coffers achievement. It's for opening 250 bountiful coffers with the coffer keys. And there is a 500 achievement after that. Again, we may or may not do it. It depends. Getting the coffer keys is kind of annoying. But we did end up completing that. So cool. We have a bountiful title and a back transmog. It's a key piece. Which is a large key. And then we did the 500 delves. 1,000 is very far out of reach, and 500 bountiful is also out of reach. But maybe, if we get bored. Anyway, this character, I think we did 4 bosses of Mythic Raid, and then we did a bunch of delves. So we're going to have 2 slots. Is there anything that we remotely care about from Raid? I guess, Best in Slot, or House of Cards, maybe. So we'll open as Rhett. There really is nothing else for us to get, so... Test Pilot's Go Pack. That's kind of interesting. And then a bunch of stuff that we don't care about. Or do we take tokens? Also, our audio is, really messed up. I apologize. In fact, our audio is, not working at all. That's just perfect. Okay, well, we're just going to deal with no audio. Whatever. Alright, you're going to listen to me talk and there's going to be no game sound. I apologize. It's scuffed. I messed with some of my settings last week. Anyway, do we want this Go Pack? It's kind of cool. Would we rather have 3,000 gold? I mean, I guess we'll just take the Go Pack, and then we can Cartel Chip, Dinar, probably House of Cards or Best in Slot for Rhett. There really is nothing else to get. Now, most of these characters, it's just going to be tokens. We did do delves on every single character, among the healers anyway, just because we had keys that we wanted to use. We really wanted to get those achievements, and we got those knocked out. So most of these, it's probably going to be tokens, and we're probably just going to take them and either make a socket out of it or just make gold. Which is not a great return. It's, 2 tokens per 1,000 gold? So if you have a full vault, it's 3,000 gold for 6 tokens. Evoker, it looks like we only did delves. We have not done dungeons on this character. We'll just go ahead and open it. I don't think there's anything we would want. We do need sockets, actually, so we will take a socket most likely. And, yeah, a bunch of random trash. Cool. We already have 4 tokens. We're going to take 6. It's going to give us a socket. And we will put it on our Mythic Helm. And then next week, we can do our Mythic Bracers, our 681 crafted bracers. So, cool. A little bit of progress on that character. Priest. The Priest, we actually did some content. We cleared all of Mythic Raid up to Muggsy. We actually killed Muggsy last week on the alts, which was very nice. So, I think we're looking for a Moxie Jug. That's the biggest thing we want. And we do still have some cartel chips to dinar something. We need to review our trinkets really quick to make sure we're opening it in the right spec. So we have 3 Mythic Raid slots and some Delve slots. Muggs Moxie Jug is the big one. And I hope we can kill Gallywix this week, because then we can use our cartel chips to get a Jaster Diamond, probably. So I guess we're just hoping for Moxie Jug. That is really it. Moxie Jug or bust. And if we don't get it, then we'll use our cartel chips. We do have a pick-me-up, right? We don't need to open as holy. We do. So let's go ahead and open as shadow. Jug, 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 jug. No! Pain. Ooh, haste mastery boots, though. So we're actually really good for shadow. We don't need a socket. Pilot light, I think, is kind of a meme. Crit haste cape, that's where one of our embellishes is. A wand, XD wand transmog. I mean, I guess we'll take the boots. These are boots, right? Yeah, they're boots. They'll be good for shadow. We can have like a shadow set and a holy set for raid. And it's a transmog. We really care about boot transmogs. Is this the warlock set? It is. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we will end up denaring the Moxie Jug, and then I think we're saving the remaining 3 for a Jaster Diamond. Obviously, Jaster Diamond on Mythic is pretty big for every single class. It's disgusting. It's a stupid ring. You'll probably use it into late Heroic, early Mythic next tier. It's just too good. I think the next 3 characters are going to be all tokens, and it's going to be all crap tokens, because we just spammed level 1 delves to get the achievement done as quickly as possible. So like this character, we actually do need a socket, so if we have a full row, we will take a socket. We do. Some wrist transmog, no, we'll take a socket. Perfectly fine. Is that my last socket? It is. Cool. Unless we somehow get like, I don't know, some random LE pieces that we want to mess with. The Shaman is not very high on the playing field for next tier. I really think we're going to be Paladin, Priest, and maybe Evoker. Now, the other thing we did last weekend was we finished a second Paladin. We originally made an Earthen Paladin just to get the Earthen achievement, and I didn't have any other classes I wanted to make, so I made another Paladin. So we have a second Paladin that we can use to duel, you know, dual spec or whatever. If we for some reason need another Holy Paladin in raid, for like the alt raid, we could do it. Alright, this character, I think it's straight delve socket slots again, so we don't need a socket, it's probably just going to be gold. Nope, not even a transmog. Okay, we're just taking the gold. Which is not amazing, but, you know, is what it is. But, yeah, we did get the Paladin to 80, and with a combination of Warbound gear and Delves, we hit 655 item level, which is insane, by the way. We hadn't run a single dungeon, and we were already 655. So now I think we did, like, what, 2 or 3 dungeons? We did, like, a couple 12s, and then, like, one really crappy one, because I wanted to test myself tanking. We are going to end up tanking on that character for the remainder of this season, just to get him a little bit more gear, and finish out our Feat of Strength achievement. What's it called? Triple Threat, I think? You need to do a 10 as every spec. Or every roll, rather. So it's a 10 as damage, a 10 as healing, and a 10 while tanking. For every single dungeon, every single roll. Yeah. Enterprising tank, that's what we need. So, the Paladin's going to end up tanking. This character, I think we just did a couple delves. We did do a full row. Do we need a socket? We don't. Well, it's gold, I guess. 3,000 G. Whoop-de-doo. That's like 1 enchant. Do we ever... We could actually use it on Rune Crest and then convert them to Gilded. It'd be 15 Gilded. That's just not worth it, whatever. I think I'd rather have gold. This character is 672. We don't care about like minute item level upgrades on a druid that we're almost certainly not going to play, because we're never going to play it in raid. And we do like it in dungeons, but we have other characters we will need to focus on first. So yeah, this Paladin, we did a bunch of delves, so we'll have some tier 11 delve slots, which is Hero Track, 649. And then we did do 112. I don't think we ran 4 dungeons, so we're only going to have 1 dungeon slot, but it is going to be a myth track. And because we're tanking, I feel like we should open as protection. We'd love to see like the tank trinket from Priory, Signet. Can you open the pacemaker as prot from Floodgate? That's actually a good question. You can. So we would love to see a pacemaker or the tank trinket. I think it's the tome from Priory. Barring that, I guess a weapon or shield would be cool. We did craft two 658 pieces, but that's fine. We can always move our stuff elsewhere. We do have some gilded crests, so we'll be crafting more, and then we'll be probably slamming out some 10s and 12s this week just to get this achievement done, and then get this character some gear. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and open his prot. See what we get. Man, I was hoping that was a weapon. Ah, dude. I guess we should have run more than 3 dungeons. Occasionally share a drink with allies who assist you in combat, granting them of their primary stat and absorbing damage. You take a sip as well. Is this even good? I've never heard of anyone using this, so I'm inclined to think it's complete fucking trash. I have to scroll really far on Blood Mallet. Do I even see it? What is it called? Cinderbrew Stein? Man, and this is what we get for opening in tank specialization. There are 2 tank trinkets. No, there's 3, I guess. There's one from Floodgate, one from Priory, and one from Cinderbrew. And of course, we got the worst one. And we have a Funhouse lens and House of Cards. I don't think we're going to take it. Man, that is depressing. Is it worth taking a hero piece? We have a champion chest with avoidance. We have a hero shield. Dude, that is... I honestly don't want to take any of those. Okay, we could take this for crest discount. This would give us some free crest discount on the Funhouse lens. Is there any other use cases for any of these pieces? Like, I guess this hero piece goes higher than the champion piece, but we're not at the point where we're using gilded to up the hero pieces. We're going to be crafting using sparks, because we have 4 sparks. So that's going to take up our crest for the next 300 crests. You know what? I am going to take the trinket. I think it's a complete meme. But it is going to let us upgrade this for free to 658. God, that feels so terrible. Okay, well, this week we're going to do more than 3 dungeons, I promise. We might even stream them. So let's go ahead and just upgrade it. I mean, the free upgrades are cool. Alright, so 657. Definitely a disappointing first vault, but that's how it goes with 1 slot. Anyway, that's going to be it for us this week. Catch us on twitch.tv/Veronyx, VERONYX. We'll be streaming at least 2 days this week. I think we have raid Tuesday and Wednesday, and we may or may not stream our alt paladin keys. We've got a lot of catch up to do. Other than that, I think we'll just be doing delves, so it's going to be pretty chill for most of the week. Patch comes out in, 2-3 weeks, and then we'll be having a great time in 11.2. So, hope you guys have some good vaults, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.